now. Hey everyone, Matt here with RAB Lighting, your local district sales manager based out of Chaska, Minnesota. Glad to have you on board for this, hopefully one of many webinars we'll continue to do throughout the course of history here. This is our first, and we'll start doing this quarterly to keep you guys up to date on the latest and greatest new products from RAB and services and things like that. So this is our agenda for today. Grab some food, sit back, relax. We're going to talk about the partner benefits that you get for working with RAB. We're going to talk equivalency, so hopefully you can explain it better to your contractors and end users. We're going to show you the newest products from the last 3 or 4 months. We're going to review some of the best sellers, and then we're going to talk about lighting design services and wrap it all up. RAB has added some specification sales managers over the last 2 to 3 years. We've got 6 of these guys now. We've got them based in New York, Boston, Atlanta, San Francisco. There's one else in Texas, I think. Anyways, the idea behind these guys is they're calling on the spec community, architects, engineers, designers, and hopefully you'll start to see more RAB on the spec project work. This is our Light Fair booth from a couple of years ago. We will be displaying again this year. It's in New York at the Jacob Javits Convention Center. If anybody's interested in going to Light Fair, it's a cool time. And I'm sure I can get you a free pass or something to get in and check out the RAB booth. For those of you that got a chance to go to RAB headquarters last year, this is our cafe and training area. We also have a Manhattan training facility, which you see here, which we invite architects and engineers from all over the country out. So if you have any good engineers or anything that you'd really like to see get to a RAB training, let me know those people, and I'll see if I can get them added to our list. And we will have an opportunity later this year for some more folks from DSG to come out. So make sure you're talking to your managers or whoever about that opportunity as well. We've added some big time investments at RAB headquarters in our test facility. We have 3D printers, PCB router boards, pick and place LED chip machines, surface mount assemblies. What all this investment does is helps us come out with innovative products more quickly so we can get them to you so you can stay ahead of the competition and really lead with RAB. Here's some of the awards we've won over the last few years. 2014, our ALED and FX LED 150s won the Money Saving Product Awards by Building Magazine. We won the Progress Award from the IES in 2013 for high efficacy fixture. We've won Product Innovation Awards for our goosenecks, bollards, and garage fixtures. This is important to us. Member organizations, we are very active in IMARC, and I believe we were Supplier of the Year the past 2 years for IMARC. So that is really cool. And we're also very active in the NAD as far as providing training, support, funding, all of that stuff to the electrical distributor industry. So keep that in mind. RAB's been around since 1946, so we have a long history. We started in the Bronx, New York, right about here. This was a rough neighborhood back in the 40s and 50s. You know, people were breaking into RAB headquarters and stealing typewriters. And so about 20 years ago, we decided to move across the river to a nice neighborhood called Northvale. And we've been expanding the facility there for the last 20 plus years. We were ranked fastest growing company in New Jersey just last year, I believe, or this might have been 2013. But that's a pretty big honor considering the amount of large manufacturers and just companies that are based out of New Jersey. We have 22 engineers that work on our product design and LED design, and this is only LED. 80% of our sales is now LED lighting. That's awesome. We did over $4 million in research and development last year for our LED products. That's a big time investment to come out with quality products. And everything we do starts with a sketch, and we build it from the ground up to ensure that you're getting a quality product and not just some LED chips and components shoved into a 1980s housing. Nothing wrong with the 80s, though. I was born in the 80s. Anyways, optical design, we do that all at RAB also. All the photometrics and everything are designed to put the light where you need it and not have wasted light. Everything from RAB is UL listed. We don't ever use ETL or any other standards. We use the highest standard, which is the UL quality test. When it comes to manufacturing, we've converted our facility to a lean manufacturing facility. Basically, in a nutshell, we used to have these long tables that stretched across the whole plant floor, and it was great for producing a lot of one SKU. But in the developing world, with all the different changes in LED color temperature and output and options, going to this U-shaped pattern, we can get shorter runs and turn around production time a lot quicker. So if you need a custom fixture with a 480 volt driver and a photocell and a neutral color temperature, we can throw 6 pieces on the table and have it out very, very quickly. Also, there's a lot of efficiencies and cost saving factors by going to a lean manufacturing facility. And of course, we have high quality packaging that fit well on your counter displays and help sell the product to your customers. We make lighting easy. This is our whole philosophy, and we start by answering the phone. You don't have to press a bunch of buttons to get connected to the proper people. You can actually call, check on pricing, availability, all of that stuff, and we pick up in the first couple of rings, and the person that answers the phone can answer your question. You're not going to get transferred 100 times. We have deep inventory. Stock is important. We've strategically placed it all around the country. All these red dots are our rep warehouses. You notice in our neck of the woods up here, there are no rep warehouses. This is an advantage, I think, for stocking distributors because you become the go-to source for this product, and the fact that you have it in stock locally means that people can get it quickly and they're not having to wait for supply to come in from an external rep warehouse or someplace where we might ship it to you. So this is great. You can be the go-to source in the local market for our product. We do have a warehouse in California and also a warehouse in New Jersey. Those are RAB-owned warehouses. The rest of these warehouses are all rep agency warehouses. When it comes to merchandising, I think we have one of the better displays out there. It's got the integrated iPad. A lot of your locations have this. If there's any that don't, let me know, and I want to get them set up. These do have a Learn button right here now, so you can actually click on the iPad and interact with it and get to some of our learning modules. So make sure it's mounted someplace where people can reach it and play with it and use it. The big benefits of having the display in your counter area is you get free freight, no minimums on all your orders. So if you need a single item, you don't have to hit any quantity minimums or freight minimums. If you want a single pole or weatherproof box or whatever it might be, you can simply order it. If you have that gondola in your counter area, you will not be charged freight, and there will be no minimums, no RGAs, all this goodies that come with being a stocking partner. No RGAs. From what I've heard, sometimes the RGA forms from other people can be very arduous and difficult to fill out. If you have a problem with the RAB fixture, you can send it back, mark the order, or mark the return for credit, and it's as simple as that. We're not chasing paperwork around. We just want to take care of you. We use supply reps. We love these guys. We don't use lighting reps. We're probably one of the only lighting companies that doesn't, and we think that works to our advantage. You don't have to worry about any overages or any games that might be out there. And ultimately, we want to help you control your profit, and hopefully there's more left for everybody. We don't sell to the home centers. No do-it-yourself market, no Grainger, no Escos. You're never going to walk into a Lowe's or Menards and find a RAB downlight on the shelf. That's not our channel. Our channel is the electrical distributor. And a lot of our competitors can't say that. They also sell to the do-it-yourself. A lot of them will even sell direct if the right person asks them. We don't. There's no finger pointing also. So if a problem occurs with a RAB fixture, whether it's a lamp or a ballast or in the newer fixtures, a driver, we're not pointing to somebody else saying, oh, you need to call them. They're the ones that really gave that part to us or whatever. It's a RAB fixture. It's a RAB problem. We're going to solve it for you. Free samples, we're very generous on our samples. There's a number of you that are signed up as LED champions. Make sure you reply to those emails, fill in your address, and you'll get the latest products with cord and plug. One of the latest that we sent out was the new Skeet to champions. Also, if you have large opportunities, let us know. We want to get a sample into your hand. Let our rep know, and we'll either loan you a sample or get you one that you can keep and the customer can install. We have a RAB rewards program. If you're not signed up for it, sign up. You can track orders, you can check progress, you can check inventory, pricing, all that stuff. And it's also acts as like a frequent flyer or hotel stay program where if you have quoted project over $1,500, you can actually earn points that you can cash in for prizes, gifts, giveaways, you name it. We have online easy lighting layouts, free lighting design, free training. It was great to have you guys back there. When was that? January last year, 2014. And we're going to have an opportunity for about 15 or 20 more of your folks to come out in November of this year. So if you want to get added to that list, talk to your manager about that. It'll be coming up soon. We offer financing availability. So if somebody can't afford the fixtures outright, we can pair them up with a third-party leasing company that will help them pay that off. We're also going to be hitting the road in these RAB runner vans. This van is equipped with about 4 or 5 demo stations where we can teach people about LED efficacy, color rendering, all of that stuff. It also has a barbecue grill and lawn chairs and a canopy and all kinds of fixture samples. So we can schedule an event at one of your locations, pull up in this van, set up the tent, and have our own counter day or show on the road and really give people quality LED training. And there's going to be 4 of these vans on the road by midsummer. And I should be getting this one or one of these sometime in May or June to roam around with. Hopefully I can schedule something with you guys. Online training. Equivalency. This is a question that comes up a lot, and hopefully you guys are getting more comfortable answering it. But you have to remember that lamp lumens are not the whole story. And when we put together these equivalency guides, we've gone through some scientific lighting science steps to come up with what our fixtures are equal to based on their application, based on what type of fixture they are, whether they're a flood, area light, and so forth. And what we use with LEDs, they use absolute photometry versus relative photometry. So if you're not familiar with the term, relative photometry is used in traditional light sources, and it has a lot to do with the ballast in lamp and how they interact with each other. So for example, you could have a fluorescent tube that is published 10,000 lumens, but you could have a ballast that only has a ballast factor of 0.8. You're not going to get 10,000 lumens out of that lamp if the ballast factor is only a 0.8. You'd need a 1.0 ballast factor to get all the usable lumens out of that light. So if the ballast is a 0.8 and the lamp is 10,000 lumens, you're going to get 8,000 lumens out of that lamp. That's your traditional relative photometry. The photometry, you can think of it this way, as relative to what lamp you're using, what ballast you're using, and what system it's running in. With LEDs, the whole system is measured as one complete system. So the driver, lamp, thermal management, heatsink, everything is listed as one complete unit. You don't have to rely on doing calculations. So if we look at the breakdown here, you start off with initial lamp lumens. You put that lamp into a fixture, you have initial fixture lumens. The next step is mean fixture lumens. That's after the lamp's been burning a few hours, usually 6,000 or so. And then you have actual delivered lumens. And if I put those into numbers, you'll see quite quickly that even though the lamp manufacturer may publish a number like this, 32,000 lumens for this 400 watt fixture, it very quickly becomes 22,000 by just putting the light bulb into the fixture. Once it's in there, the light bounces around, burns up as heat. Only 70% of that light's coming out. The next big drop off is lamp lumen depreciation. This is after the lamp's been burning in for 6,000 to 8,000 hours. It gets dimmer. This is called lamp lumen depreciation. Next up, zonal lumens. This is after a fixture has been installed and we're measuring how much of the light actually reaches the target that we're trying to light. So if you look at this in comparison to an LED on the far right here, the LED, what you start with is ultimately what you get because all this light is directional and there's no wasted light burning up in a lamp that's omnidirectional. So here's a rendering in AGI which shows a 400 watt metal halide flood, and as you can see there's a lot of wasted light. There's some extreme hot spots. There's some dark areas near the property line. And if you look at an LED solution with our 150 watt flood, what you're getting is more even illumination across this area without the hot spots and the low lights and so forth. So you've got an evenly lit building, no hot spots, and a well-uniformed parking lot. Now, one thing I recommend if you sales guys have a light meter and you go out and you test before and after, make sure that you're taking your readings in multiple areas and then averaging them out, because this is part of the parking lot, which is very dark. Here you're going to have an extremely high number below the fixture. And what we try to do with our layouts and designs is create even illuminance across the area at the IES recommended levels. So instead of having 10-foot candles here and 0.2 here, we might try for a 1-foot candle average across the whole, the whole area. It's going to be much better for your eyes. It's going to be much better for cameras and everything else to stay focused and see what's out there. So some of the things we do to test our fixtures: thermal fluid dynamics. We see where these things get hot. We have a driver in a separate box. The LEDs are here. When they heat up, the air can flow through there. We do our own reflector design. This is a really important slide here. I want to point out, this is our RAB 26 watt fixture compared to one of our competitors, 30 watts. Now, you might think, oh, 30 watters are going to have more output than 26 watt, right? And we'll look here, the lumen output. It, in fact, does have a little bit more, 1 lumen more. So we're at 2648. The competition's at 2649. But that's not the whole story. If you look at the photometrics side by side, both of these units are mounted at 22 feet up. So each grid square is a multiple of 22. So this number 1 is 22 feet, 44 feet, and so on. So you look over here, they're almost reaching the 3. We've exceeded the 3 with less wattage on our fixture because we have better optics in the fixture. Now, if you look at the Slim 18 compared to the competitor's 20 watter, we've actually got a lot higher lumen output. At 1909, we're at 91 lumens per watt. That's a really good efficacy versus 68 lumens per watt over here. So again, side by side at 2 mounting heights out. Now keep in mind the mounting height is different here. Here we've used 14 feet. So this is going to be 28 feet out. At 28 feet out here, they've just broken the 0.5 foot candle level. We're at 1 foot candle, twice the light at the same distance if you read this across like this. So what I'm saying is, don't only look at the wattage and don't only look at the lumen output. Really compare the two side by side with efficacy and optics. Many manufacturers will provide their photometrics on their website, so you can really compare them side by side. Now let's talk about product for a few minutes. We do have a new fixture. It is a Class 1 Division 2 fixture. It's called the HAZ LED, and we have 57 years of experience with hazardous fixtures at RAB. We actually had some incandescent vapor tight hazardous fixtures on the space shuttle launch pad back in the 70s and 80s when NASA was going strong. This new fixture is LED, and it's Class 1 Division 2. And if you check your National Electrical Code, you can find out exactly what areas these are good for. I will show you in general. A Class 1 fixture is gases, vapors, and liquids. There's different groups available for different types of fuels. And we are not Division 1, we are Division 2, which is gases, vapors, and liquids that are not normally present in an explosive concentration, but may accidentally exist. So keep that in mind and make sure you check with the facilities person to get the exact classification that you need. We do make our fixture in 2 different wattages, a 42 and a 26 watt, both with very nice lumen packages, as you see here. The 42 watt, based on the absolute photometry that I was just explaining to you, is equal to a 100 watt metal halide, and the 26 watt is equal to a 70 watt metal halide. We make these in a ceiling mount, a pendant mount, and a wall mount. So choose your fancy. They're all great. Also, different globes and guards available here. You can see you can get it with a clear, frosted, blue, clear. This clear without a bubble is going to be the highest lumen output number. If you go to a frosted globe, of course, that blocks a little of the light output. If you go to a really heavy guard, like this die-cast guard, that's also going to block some of your light output. So the most efficient is going to be clear globe without any guards. You can also do wire guards. You're going to block a little bit less light. These are have a durable polyester powder coat finish, high-grade silicone gaskets, and a Class 1 Division 2 rating. Great for vibration and shock areas. IP66 is a full washdown listing with pressurized water jets. It does have some T codes. If you're familiar with the temperature codes here, you can look on our spec sheets and see the T codes. For the 26 watt, for example, is this one here, T3C, which is an external temperature of 320 degrees, and these are good for groups A, B, C, and D. Note that ignition points higher than 26. There you go. So bottom line, check with the facility person, make sure you're giving them exactly what they need for the application. Hey, I want to tell you about our high bays. We've extended the line. We now have a 104 water. So those of you that had success with the 78, we now have a bigger, badder, awesome unit. The 104 is equal to a 320 metal halide based on the system that I showed you guys a few minutes ago on determining absolute photometry. So I know a lot of people were hoping for a 400 watt equivalent, and I'm sure a lot of people will use this to replace 400 watt equivalents. But according to the lighting science breakdown that we did, we felt a 320 was the closest match that there is. These are DLC qualified. I want to talk to you next about our skeet product. This is available with pallet quantity pricing, which we have not advertised or shown to anyone. If you're interested in finding out about this, talk to me or talk to your rep about this. It's a pretty aggressive price break if you bring in some quantities on this product. So talk to us about that. It's a great product. It replaces these incandescent porcelain sockets. You can put them in closets. You can put them in residential garages, laundry rooms, basically anywhere where you don't have a lot of space. This can also fit on a pancake box. It has a little mounting bracket about this size. Put your wires through there, and then the fixture turns on with a half twist, just like a smoke detector. So single gang box, pancake box, as I mentioned. There's no driver sticking up inside of here, so you can fit it in a very low profile area. Also big lumen packages at 744, and we make a square version, which is pretty cool. It's a 5x5 square, and both of them are only 9 watts, and they're easily equal to a 60 watt incandescent. I tell people 75 watt because I know how quickly incandescent light bulbs depreciate, but you can be the judge there. If you are an LED champion, make sure you reply to this email that RAB sent out, I think 2 Fridays ago, to get your free sample with a cord and plug. I think we have 20 plus people from DSG signed up as LED champions. So we have made, yeah.
How many are on a pallet of those skeets?
You know, this is a case quantity. Did I say pallet? If I said pallet, I'm sorry. I meant case quantities. And
Yeah.
I think 6 come in a mini master, and then I think 4 packages of 6. So a case would be like 24 pieces. So talk to us if you're interested in that case quantities and things. We can move quite a bit on the price on that. So forgot that I had you guys unmuted. Thanks for chiming in. So with the troffers, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, we have actual pallet quantities, but you probably wouldn't buy a pallet of skeets because that would be like a lot. They're pretty small. Improvements here to the Yard Blaster line. You guys stock this 26 watt in a lot of locations. It comes with a 120 volt photo eye. You can get it with a 24-inch arm off of it too. This is a great product, but people have been asking us for this, a new photo eye option. So this is available with 277 compatibility. And if you're selling to like utility or a municipality that has the trucks that go around and services these, a lot of times they want a photo eye that they could potentially replace. So let's say 6 or 7 years down the road, the warranty's over. They want to be able to just go and swap out a photo eye. This might be the way to go for them. Or you could even upsell them to a photo eye that has a higher warranty or something like that. Want to show you guys some of the newer floods that we've come out with. This FF18 and the FF39 are two of our top 5 best sellers at RAB. So what did we do? We added some in-between wattages. We've added a 26 watt now and a 52 watt for higher output. All 3 of these models here come in the FF39 housing. So same style that you're used to, additional wattages, and we've also made additional beam patterns available. So if you want more of a spotlight out of these, you can order a 4x4. The traditional version is a 7x6. It should be a 6 here, a typo. Slip fitter and trunnion mounts available, as well as the 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch swivel. The 18 watt is still in the same smaller housing as it always was. Look at the lumen output on these guys. If you remember the 39 watt, it was never this bright before. We've actually upgraded the chips on the 39 watt, and we're now getting 112 lumens per watt, which makes it our most efficient fixture in the RAB LED lineup. If you had somebody that was buying a lot of 39 watts and liked the light output, you can now give them the 26 watt. It's going to cost less, give you the same lumen output or similar as the previous 39. If somebody wanted more light, usually people don't complain about more light. The 39 has remained priced the same. It's just a lot more efficient than it used to be. So we also added a 52 watt. So if somebody wanted to go even brighter, but they don't want to jump up to the housing of the FX78 or one of the larger styles, they can get 52 watts out of that 39 watt housing and really a lot of lumen output here. These 3 wattages are also available in 480 volt as an option, which we never had before on smaller floodlights. That's awesome. And different beam patterns. 4x4, 5x5, 7x6. This is the 7x6 pictured here. 4x4 is going to give you more like a spot forward. These are great for building facades. They're great for little signs when you come into town. State champions, 3 years running, whatever it might be. Museums, hotel signs. Here they are used in a unique application on the top of these buildings. 110 of them around these buildings in Seattle. Here they are at an amusement park, with all the vibration and shock of the roller coasters. They're just using these as accent lights to shine around. You can see them on all these pillars. Pretty cool. University campuses, whatever, you name it. This has been a great little floodlight for us. It's no wonder it's in our bestseller, and it's even better now that we have additional wattages available. When it comes to the really big floods, then you can jump up to this package, and this size housing you can get all the way from a 78 up to a 150, and 480 volt is available in all of these, and we can also do 0 to 10 volt dimming in these now as well. When it comes to these floods, you can get them in trunnion slip fitter or with polyguards, wire shields, and as I mentioned, if somebody wants to control them with a low voltage dimming system, we can do that as well. We've added a canvas light to our floodlight arsenal. This takes the same housing as our Easy LED 78, which is a spotlight for 80 to 100 foot flags, water towers, you name it. This one's been designed with a wide beam pattern and a nice rectangular pattern. So if you've got a 5-foot setback on a sign, you can light a sign that's 14 foot wide by 8 foot tall with a single fixture. No hot spots. Very evenly lit, even on the edges of these signs. So excellent choice for all those highway and billboard signs on all those Lamar advertising opportunities out there. Great for industrial facilities as well, with the versatile mounting options. We think we have all of our bases covered. good for historical structures, lighting up towers, lighting up big, large scale signs like you see here. Great for auto dealerships too. Oftentimes the front row, they'll put floods that are pointing back at the cars like this off of poles. And then in the center, they use our area lights, which we also have all the way up to 150 watt area lights. Great color rendering on those. We've added an 8-watt flood, which falls right into this LF family. And we take the floods all the way up to our big guys here in the 150s, and then our custom specialty fixtures, the Easy LED and the Canvas LED. There's a summary for that. Wanted to mention these troffers to you because I think there's a real opportunity here. Ask your rep about new pallet pricing on this. Pallet quantities for the 2x2 are 20 pieces, and for the 2x4, it's 14 pieces. I've been working on putting together single pallet pricing is obviously going to be a lot better than the list price. We've got a nice number on if you just buy one pallet at a time, but I'm also working on a number where if you bring in 5 pallets, it's a very, very sharp number, competitive with pretty much anybody else's troffer out there. So please talk to me if you're interested in that, or talk to your rep, and we'll get you the confidential information on that. These are great for schools, dollar stores, convenience stores, quickie marts, office environments. They're very low profile, only 3 3/8 inches thick. We have optional drywall kits if you're putting it into a hard ceiling. Every unit comes standard with 0 to 10 volt dimming. So if you're putting it in a conference room, you can easily dim that down. We have battery backup available. So if you're in a nursing home or something and they need to have battery backup to meet life safety code, they don't necessarily need to put in a whole generator system. They can just put backup on a select number of fixtures and meet the requirements there. Let me review the slim line for you real quick. The 12, 18, and 26 watts have been very popular. These are now available with 0 to 10 volt dimming. I wanted to bring that up, and they're DLC listed. They're IP66, that's wash down for up or down light. DLC means rebates. ADA compliant means they're not going to interfere with folks in wheelchairs or with disabilities. And very easy to install. The fixture mounts up here so you can have hands free to wire it. Here's some really nice install images of this being used. I love this photo here. Look at these 12-watt slims, and look how even and uniform that light is. You could not ask for more even, uniform light than that. It's beautiful. Here they are in a pool area. Look at this also. No hot spots and dark spots. You got fixtures here, here, here. Just love this install. Here they are real high on a YMCA. I think this is probably a little bit above our suggested mounting heights, but a customer loved it and they sent us this picture. Very happy with it, even though it's installed very high. The beauty of our higher wattage slims here is they take the place. This photo's a little misleading. I'm going to cross it out. This is outdoor wet locations down only. In indoor applications, you could put it up like that. So I don't like this slide. It's a little misleading. Very easy to install here. This hinges down. It's got a tight lock gasket, so you're not going to pinch a gasket and have leakage problems like some of the old HIDs that were out there. It's got a bubble level for easy install. And the whole idea here is when you're taking one of these down, you're doing retrofit business, there's going to be a mark on the wall, or maybe they painted several times or something. This is going to cover up all that mess, and the contractor is going to be able to move on to the next job, have a 5-year warranty, and 100,000-hour life expectancy. You can also use these indoors as an up light. Here they have used them in this church. Very nicely done here. So keep in mind, these are available with 0 to 10 volt dimming also. So somebody could easily dim them in a church and have different preset environments. Self-storage industry. If you guys, as sales guys, haven't visited with your self-storage industries, get out there, show them this product, because one of their biggest expenses is their electrical bill. And this particular instance, they saved almost $20,000 over a 5-year period on utilities alone. Educational facilities. Here's another example here. So here's the whole slim line in summary from a 12 to a 62 watt. Here's the LPAC line in summary from a 5 to a 104. The LPACs have improved. We've upgraded some of them and moved on to higher efficacy chips and drivers. We've added an 18 watt. We've added 0 to 10 watt dimming on our 26 watter. We've gone to a single chip design. Some of the early models have 2 chips in there, so look for that new single chip design. In the 18 and the 26 is now pumping out 103 lumens per watt. The door is now held captive by this hinge. It used to be a free piece that could come off. These are great in all kinds of situations. And what I like about the LPAC is they have a really small footprint. So if you're trying to do something unique like light up a canopy or mount the fixture on a very small box, you can tilt these up and really get a nice wall wash. You see them here on this building. These are using our RMS V24, and they make a really great sign lighter from below. We are looking at some improvements. We've made some improvements already on the 52 watt. So prices remain the same, but lumen output has increased on that fixture. And we've added 480 volt in the 104. So a lot of great things happening with our wall packs. And you can see sky's the limit as far as applications. Here they're used on the Hells Canyon Dam in Oregon. We also make a pad. It's called the Pad 4. So you can take any of our ALEDs and you can mount them on this pad, which simulates the top of a pole, and it has a pendant receptacle. So you could put 4 as an uplight like they've done here in this atrium, or you could go 2 down and 2 up, or you could go 4 down. So if you have a warehouse or someplace that they're trying to light with very high ceilings, you could use 4 of our 104 fixtures and easily replace 1,000 watt high bays. Here's some examples of the 104 on the Sprint Arena in Kansas City. Here's our Type 5 area lights on the same building. Here's some simple 20 watters on a campus in Penn State. Here's some more 20 watters on a housing apartment. And what I'm liking to show here is you're not getting a lot of spill light and unnecessary light into the windows. You're just getting enough light on the ground where you need it. So it's not always about putting the biggest thing up that you can. Here they've saved a lot of energy. They're getting good usable security light, but without waste or spill light. So that brings me to our lighting design services. Remember, we have 13 full-time professional designers on staff with knowledge in electrical codes, lighting ordinances, all that dark sky stuff. So if you have an opportunity, feel free to send it over to us. Let our design team lay it out for you. I know Brady and Rex, you guys have used this before, and a lot of people within your company use this all the time. Keep using it, man. It's great. We love to do it for you. We can do the energy analysis worksheets like you see on the screen here. We can do AGI renderings. Just gather the information up. You can submit it right on our website, or you can email our lighting designers directly, or send the information to your reps to help you submit it. The more information we have up front, the better information we have, the better we can design these things for you. And these are just a couple examples of some goosenecks on a wall, rendered out. Here's an indoor environment. If we get a CAD file from you or a PDF document, we love it. We can turn those around really quickly, but we do work off of Google Earth, and I know some of you guys use this all the time. You can mark the pole locations for us, let us know the mounting height, how many heads they have on it, and there are ways within Google where you can use a snip tool and select certain areas and then mark them yourself using a highlighter pen or something that you have on your computer. More information you give us, the better. You send it off to us, we'll do the layout. We also work off of hand drawings like these or napkin sketches like this. This looks like something I would submit, when I'm out in the field walking the job or something. And 20-foot mounting height. We got 31 fixtures. We got a drawing that's completely out of scale, but it doesn't matter because we have dimensions. And away we go. Here's some examples of some of the high-end lighting layouts we are capable of doing. The simple stuff, we can do these point-by-point layouts, or you can jump right on our website and use our online photometric calculator. Sometimes this doesn't mean a lot to people. They're like, I don't know what these numbers are. What am I looking at? So we do this for you also. This is where we render it out in 3D. We call it the eye candy. It's what really sells end users if they can see their building at night with their actual trees and texture lit up to IES recommended practices, your parking ramps, you name it. Provide us with the information, let us know the deadline and some details, and we will work to get this to you for free. 3D modeling, we have a guy on staff that does all this complex modeling. We have Revit files available for our fixtures. So if you have an architect or engineer that wants to plug it into their structural system, they can do that. We'll give you all the ooh and ah stuff that you need to sell this job. It makes a really great fireworks display also. Here we go. Here's an example. We did this layout for this customer, and here it is installed. You can see our fixtures exactly where we told them to place it, and it just looks super cool. So if you're not familiar with this service, you can just email right to lightingdesign@rabweb.com, or you can click on the little guy holding some blueprints from our website and get there just as easily. I want to also share with you guys a new website that we've come up with. It's called drive.rabweb.com. Write that address down if you haven't seen it before. We've also have an app version of it. So if you have an Android device or an iPhone or an iPad, you can go to the App Store and you can download this app. Just search for RAB Lighting, and you can get the new Drive site, have the catalog at your fingertips. We've also upgraded our what we used to call the Easy RAB portal. This is where you can log on through our website, check your points, check your rewards, track orders. All that has been improved and integrated into our website now. So you can, once you're signed in, you can search a particular product and find out immediately what our availability in stock is. And word on the street is we're going to be coming out with a new lighting design app sometime in the future, which will make lighting design even easier on your iPads and devices. I want to show you really quick what that Drive website looks like before we finish up. If you type drive.rabweb.com right into your browser like I just did there, you can go and click on the catalogs, and you can actually just flip through the pages by flipping the arrows here. If you want to jump to a session, let's say we want to jump to high bays, click on the page number. There they are. If sometimes you'll see this little red arrow pop up, that's a YouTube video of that product that's been embedded. You can play it for your customer.
LED replaces 250-watt metal halide high bays. This high output, high efficiency LED.
So pretty cool. Those are embedded right in the catalog. You can play them from your iPad or tablets or whatever you want. If you want to send somebody a PDF of this page, you know, in the past you could go to the RAB website and get the spec page, but sometimes people would want color photometrics and things like that. This has a PDF generator. If you click right here, you can include the cover image or not. I usually don't, but you can hit submit. It'll create a PDF of that particular page. Here we see it. Nice color page. It shows all the details that you wouldn't get from a black and white spec page on RabWeb. Boom, there it is, all the dimension drawings. And you can, of course, then save that PDF on your computer, email it to your customer, whatever. It's just that easy. Flip through, find the product you want, export it. If maybe you want to just send the photometrics or somebody wants to see the dimensions, you can use the snip tool. Somebody just wants the dimensions here. You can snip that. You can hit accept. You can download it. Put it right in an email message or whatever you want to do right from this Drive website. So remember, it's available as an app, and it's also available just if you type drive.rabweb right into your browser. That's me, guys. I'm Matt with RAB. Thanks for all your support and your time today. And